Good morning, students. So today we will begin with a chapter that is atomic structure, in which we are going to learn about atoms, molecules and significance of elements. What is symbol and what are its significance? And we will learn about atomicity. So let's start. Now first of all we will discuss about atoms. So atom is derived from the Greek word atomus, meaning that we cannot cut it further. Now suppose I'm giving you an example. You have a piece of paper and you are dividing it. So you divide it further and further into halves. Till what stage can you reach so that you are not able to divide it further? So years back, a great philosopher named Democritus came up with the idea of atom. Atom comes, just now I said that atom comes from the Greek word atomus, which means indivisible. So according to Democritus, anything which is divided can be divided up to the stage when it reaches atom. Atom is the smallest indivisible unit. Nothing can be divided further atoms. So everything in the world, from a table to chair to books, everything that you see around you is made up of atoms. Now let's see atom. Atom is the smallest particle of an element that may or may not exist independently and retains all its chemical properties. In your book also it has written that it is the smallest particle that takes part in a chemical reaction. Then further it has written that an atom maintains its chemical identity throughout all chemical and physical change. Suppose if any physical and chemical changes occur, then that atom maintains its chemical identity. Not physical, but its chemical identity it maintained. Then atoms of one element are different from those of the other element. Suppose I have a molecule of water, then atom of what is the chemical formula of water? H2O. So two atom of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen combine to form H2O molecule, water molecule. So atom of one element, that is atom of hydrogen element, are different from those of atom of oxygen, right? So this is the second point. Then free atoms, except those of the noble gases, do not exist under normal condition. So free atoms do not exist. Now each atom consists of even smaller particles such as protons, neutrons and electrons, and these particles are called subatomic particles. Means now we know that atoms are further subdivided into protons, neutrons and electrons, and these are called subatomic particles. The properties of an element depend upon the atoms constituting it. So the properties of any element, like the properties of hydrogen, the properties of oxygen, depends upon the atoms constituting it. So these are the properties of atoms. This you should remember. Now we will see that what is modern symbols of elements. So the modern system of this, like denoting elements to their giving elements a symbol, denoting them by their symbols, was introduced by a Swedish chemist named J.J. Berzelius. Now this scientist J.J. Berzelius denoting elements by their symbols. So according to him, the first letter of an element is taken from a Latin or Greek name as its symbol. Such a letter is written as a capital letter. If more than one element have the same first letter, their symbol consists of two letters. Like the first letter is followed by another letter which is not common. Suppose, for example, it's written that, suppose if this Berzelius named hydrogen, denoting this symbol of hydrogen is H, then that of helium is He, like that. And the second letter is always small letter, first letter is capital letter. So symbol of some typical elements, as you can see in the table. So the first element that is given in your table is hydrogen. Latin name taken from Latin name hydrogenium. Its first letter is capital H, so we will write capital H as its symbol. Second one is carbon, taken from Latin name, that is carbonium. Symbol is capital C. Now you see the fifth element that is given in your table is sodium, and its symbol is Na. Why as its name is sodium, so why its symbol is Na? So this also taken from a Latin name, that is sodium's Latin name is natrium. So first two letters is taken as its symbol, like Na. Now you see potassium. The Latin name of potassium is kalium, so its symbol is capital K. You see iron, its Latin name is ferrum, so Fe. Like that, you read all the symbol of these elements which is given in your book, as it is very important. Now the next is that what are its significance. Suppose I am denoting hydrogen as H, then what does it mean? Why we are denoting it by H? What is its significance? So the symbol of an element represent, first of all, its name. Second, that it represents one atom of the element, and mass of the element in grams equal to its atomic mass. So for example, the symbol H stands for element hydrogen, 1 atom of hydrogen and 1 gram of hydrogen. This is the mass of an element. Suppose I am giving you another example. Suppose I am taking example of oxygen. So the symbol O stands for element oxygen, 1 atom of oxygen and 16 gram of oxygen, like that. So I think it's easy to understand. And symbol means what? It is a shorthand notation of an element. So this is a symbol. Now let's see what is molecule. So the smallest unit of a substance which is capable of independent existence and shows all the properties of that substance is called a molecule. Like we can say a combination of atoms, similar atoms. As you can see here in the example, these are the examples of similar atoms. A combination of atoms, similar atoms or different atoms gives us molecule. So we can say that a combination of atoms known as molecules. Here in molecule you can see that it exists independently, but in atom it's not like that. Atom do not exist independent. They are incapable of independent existence. So written only that a molecule contains 2 or more atoms of the same or different types. Like here as example you can see here the same hydrogen. So two similar hydrogen atoms combine to form H2. In O2 also 2 oxygen atoms, similar atom is here, combine to form oxygen molecules. In nitrogen also similar atoms, but here in nitrogen oxide you can see, water also you can see that two similar atom is here in water and one different, means a molecule contains 2 or more atoms of the same or different types. 2 atoms of same, two atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen combine to form H2O molecule. 1 atom of nitrogen and 1 atom of oxygen combine to form nitrogen oxide. And in CO2, 2 molecules of oxygen combine with 2 atom of oxygen combines with 1 atom of carbon to form carbon dioxide molecule. So whenever question will come that how many atom is present in carbon dioxide molecule, in one molecule of carbon dioxide, then you will say three atoms are present, two oxygen atoms and one carbon atoms. Now let's see its characteristics. So each molecule of an element contains one or more atoms of the same kind. Like for example, N2, nitrogen, oxygen, ozone, O3. So these are the element contains one or more atoms of the same kind. Second one, each molecule of a compound contains atoms of different kinds combined in a whole number ratio. What are its example? Like water, carbon dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, these are its example. Then the various atoms in a molecule are chemically bonded to each other. True? They are chemically bonded. Then each molecule can be described by its formula, usually called molecular formula. So what is the molecular formula of water? So H2, like that. Okay. Now radical. What is radical? A radical is a single atom of an element or a group of atoms of different elements behaving as a single unit and with a charge on the group. We will discuss radical in next class. Okay. Now you see atomicity. Now atomicity means what? Number of atoms present in the molecule of any substance, of an element, we can say. You can also say the number of atoms present in a molecule of an element or a compound is called its atomicity. Like hydrogen, you know that hydrogen do not exist independently. It always exists diatomically. Means one atom of hydrogen combined with another atom of hydrogen to form H2 molecule. So that is why its atomicity is 2. Now helium, they are capable of independent existence. So that is why He, not He2. So its atomicity is 1. Lithium, these are metal. So this also having 1. Like that you can see here. Oxygen 2, fluorine 2. Now 2 important atomicity you should remember for exam point of view, the atomicity of sulfur and phosphorus. You can see the atomicity of sulfur is 8 and the atomicity of phosphorus is 4. So some few important points are there regarding this topic, atomicity. So first point is the molecule of noble gas. Noble gases is helium, neon, xenon, radon, argon. These are the noble gases. Now these contain only one atom. So that is why the atomicity of the noble gases is 1. The molecules of hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and chlorine contain 2 atoms. Every time in wherever if you will see in a chemical reaction, you can see that these atoms of hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen and chlorine always exists as H2, O2, N2 and Cl2. So that is why the atomicity of this atoms is 2. Now ozone, phosphorus and sulfur, very important. The atomicity of ozone is 3, phosphorus 4 and sulfur 8 respectively. Then a molecule of hydrogen chloride, you know the molecular formula of hydrogen chloride, that is HCl. So it contains one atom of hydrogen and one atom of chlorine. So what is its atomicity? One atom of hydrogen and one atom of chlorine, that is 1 plus 1, 2. So diatomic molecule. This is a diatomic molecule. Now a molecule of water, you know that it contains 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. So that is why this is triatomic molecule. So in the next class, we will learn about molecular formula in detail and radical. Thank you.